Last time on Pretty Wizard.
Leaf, move out of my way before I kill you.
I can't let you do that.
As soon as Leaf says that, you can see Abzael just engulf in orange, bright flames. Marco, what's about to happen? Good people are about to die. You can see shirtless Nero now has these bright white wings behind him, keeping him in the air, and he rips off the dragon helmet from your head, and you drop 20 feet. And from the very end of this long corridor, about 100 feet long, you see one door open, and out walks a green man with a green afro.
This could have gone a completely different way.
What you guys are doing is wrong.
An unlimited powerful resource like that? How can we not use it?
With his free hand, he kind of reaches down and pulls out a arcane dagger, activates it.
What you just did, that was one extra person, one family member, one friend that you know of that you could have just harmed more.
It's one person or the entire galaxy.
We once shared the same ideas. Now I'm afraid I must stop you. And then in his place is this mountain of what seems to be flesh that has loosely patched together red leather armor on it. Trophies?
My name is Tate the Wizard, and you're listening to Pretty Wizard.
Game, are we gonna die? Am I gonna die?
I don't know, dude. Are you gonna? That's totally up to you.
I think the only one who isn't going to die probably is Leaf.
They'd won. I think he'll kill himself, really. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
What if we? So, do you have something planned for in case we die in combat or anything?
Yeah.
Okay, thank God. Like,
No, he doesn't.
I think it's like a 6-foot hole.
thank you. Who's gonna do that? Potato.
I mean, she might be the first one in.
Hello.
Jesus Christ.
She's a little crispy right now.
Yeah. Fucking.
Baked potato.
There's the joke.
We gotta go.
There it is.
See you guys later.
Okay, let's fucking do this.
Kane, you good?
Yeah, just make it loose.
All right.
Okay.
Let's do this.
Because I like doing that.
Well, that makes noises, so
Well, you make noise.
not wrong.
Good point.
Man. Okay. We open on Marco standing in a long hallway with an unconscious Syl to his right and a large flesh golem with bits of red leather standing in front of him. True face?
Herring?
The jumbled up face of this flesh-esque golem, almost like googly eyes, but not silly in any form, just sporadic and beady. As soon as you say its name, its eyes kind of lock onto you, and it says, "Trophies!" And it rushes towards Marco. And about 400 feet behind Marco, there is a plinth of fire. In the center of it is Abzael, dressed in dragon scale armor of the eternal dragon. His mind foggy? Or rather, filled with the whispers of the eternal dragon. Around this wall of fire, there is a still burnt potato.
Baked, if you will. Sour cream.
Bacon bits on top.
Bacon skin.
Come on, guys.
My fucking wife, dude.
Give her a day at least. The joke has come true, guys. Donovan's wife has died.
Standing side to side, watching in awe, if not horror, is Leaf and Nero, which is slowly regenerating, and Leaf staring at his maybe dead wife. Leaf, what would you like to do?
I mean, I think I'm frozen for a second. But once I kind of come to, snap out of shock, I run right over to Potato.
You run over to Potato's side, and right behind you is just that wall of flame that's so bright it's almost painful as the heat radiates off. You caress Potato in your arms, and you realize she's breathing, but it's a shallow breath.
I immediately would cast Cure Wounds.
Okay.
If I can save her.
Yeah. How do you cast Cure Wounds again? It's like a crisp high five, right?
No, she's already in my arms, right? So I think I'm just kind of like holding on to her, and then like some green light starts to emanate.
Yeah. The burns that cover probably 25% of her body don't necessarily go away, but the color in her palish face does start to come back, and you can hear her cough and come back to consciousness. She kind of scans the room for a bit and then meets eyes with you. Hey, Leaf?
What?
I gotta say, space sucks.
Yeah. If she doesn't go to immediately say something, I think I just like pick her up and start like running, I guess away from Abzael is towards Marco. Get her to a semi-safe spot.
Yeah. Abzael, you are currently standing in the center of a firewall.
Yes.
A voice just whispers just in your head. Kill them. You've seen your whole family die in front of you, and you've had your sister kidnapped from you. You finally found your sister after 15 years, but she wasn't the same, was she?
No.
I think you can understand why now. Putting on this armor just felt right, but to some degree, very wrong. But it doesn't matter now, because the person in front of you, this shirtless angel man.
For lack of a better word.
It's a great description right there.
Yeah.
His abs glistening and they're fired.
Stands only 20 feet away from you. The man that I'm sure you could blame for a lot of the pain that your families felt. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna run at him and punch him with my metal arm.
All right, Ryan, I guess I would like you to roll a dex saving throw then.
Well, fuck me. Here we go. Oh, shot out. Kane got us new dice towers, which I think has been tweeted at this point a year ago. So let's... Fuck, you didn't even new die. There it is.
Go.
Wow, and a shitty number at that. So dex saving throw?
Yeah.
8. Your dice tower sucked.
It's behind you. It's behind you.
I mean,
Why are you facing it so close to the edge of the table? You know they're going to pop out.
That's a fair point.
This is why you need metal dice.
at least they look nice.
That's true.
They're great for when they sit on your wall.
Collecting dust.
I'm sitting on my mantle.
Roll a d20 to collect dust.
Yeah. This herring creature rushed you. And it grabbed you by, I guess, just your center of gravity and just kind of rushed you like a wild bull. T kind of rushes you about 30 feet outside the doorway until you're back in the open area. And
He then throws you to the gram. Gram?
To the ground.
The gram, yeah. He lifts you above his head and slams you to the gram. Oh, God.
Are we now? Okay, so he's fighting in Block B, right?
Yeah.
And I'm now presumably in Block C? Because I was in D, the engine room? Okay, and then where did you go, Donovan?
He was running towards you.
So
he's probably in
C-ish?
Probably in C-ish.
Okay.
Yeah. He lifts you above his head and slams you to the ground, and then proceeds to, from his right arm, what seems to be a hooked blade just kind of protrudes out of the right of it and comes down, slashing across your chest.
Fuck me.
16?
16.
Cool. Yeah. Hold on. 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. We'll see ya. 38. Welcome, 30.
Hold on, 30?
Yeah. 30.
He's a weak boy.
Out of 88.
What would you like to do?
I'm going to try to get this thing off of me. The doy. I'm going to. I think I still would have my ray gun on me, so I'm gonna splot a little ray gun into his chest or something. Yeah. Just a normal D20.
Yep.
That's a 3 plus 6, 9.
Ooh.
I'm gonna ask you this. I'm very close. Advantage?
No, but what I will say is this: you pull out your ray gun and you take a shot off. It just biffs his head completely, but it does hit the ceiling above him.
Interesting.
And an entire light fixture swings down and just crushes another building. Leaf.
Yeah, no, I mean...
You were running away from Abzael.
Correct.
You get about 40 feet away, and then you feel the fire just kind of dissipate from behind you. But when that happens, you notice a loud, "Trophies!" And then a large red flesh golem brandishing a Marco comes bumbling out of a door.
Okay, how close are they to me?
100 feet. I think it's fair to say at this point. Does movement really matter that much at this point?
Well, I just mean
You
like...
see them in a distance.
Yeah, I mean, like, are they right in front of me or are they a distance away?
Not right in front of you, but not super far away.
Okay. Is there a building or behind any kind of cover that I would deem safe to drop potato off?
There's the apartment quads.
Yeah.
The apartments.
I'll head over there.
Okay. Yeah, you get over there. They seem to be pretty empty.
Okay. Then I would just find like the closest spot that I think is safe and set her down.
As you set her down, she kind of grabs your, I was going to say lapel, but I don't know if you wear clothes. She just kind of stops and grabs you, and she's like, "Leaf, I think you might want to use this guy." She extends out the soulwood sword.
I extend out my arm, I take the soulwood sword, and I just give her like a questioning look.
"I know you may not want to kill him, but I think if you don't, he's going to kill all of us. So, go get him, Tiger."
I'll be back. And then I turn into a tiger
Fucking dope.
and run towards Abzael.
Abzael,
Yes.
you were running to go for punch smack.
Go to tackle and then start punching with my metal arm.
Yeah, no, absolutely. As you kind of bum rush the handless Nero, he sidesteps you.
Exactly.
His left hand comes back first. He notions into the air, and his mace, seemingly out of nowhere, appears in his hand. He's going to strike you down.
Fuck.
A 13?
Nope.
He fails to strike
You down.
He comes down with the mace and makes contact with your breastplate, but something happens when his mace hits your breastplate. because the next thing you remember is just a loud ringing in your ear, and you come to on the ground. You look back to where you thought Nero would be, but you see is just a torso on the ground with bright white light where the rest of the body should be, slowly materializing back into another body.
Is his head still there, or is it just a torso?
His breastises up to his head is still there, but everything else looks like it's just materializing back and regenerating.
I'm gonna walk up to him.
Your first step in his direction, you notice a crack from your chest plate or your breastplate, and one more step and it just falls off in dust. Marco, you are standing between the legs of a flesh golem with its large hooked blade about to come swinging down on you now.
I imagine the shield is like next to me, but it's like I don't have it. I'm gonna fucking reach out and try to grab that bad
it's
boy.
in grabbing reach grab.
Grab
It's in
thing?
grabbing distance.
And if I can grab it right then and there, like fucking last second, bloop, plop it back in and try to defend myself.
No, absolutely. You roll a dex.
12.
12? Yeah, you get the shield right in front of you right before this large hooked blade comes down on you. But instead of what you would imagine the force of a blade, it just sounds like a very light metal clank
Okay.
onto the shield.
Okay.
As you remove the shield away from your face, you notice that flesh golem's no longer there.
Fuck me.
But instead it's a rigid arcane model.
Okay.
What do you do?
Fucking, first of all, push it off of me.
Okay.
Get that shit off of me.
Yeah, you go to push away on it, but as soon as you touch it, it flickers in and out.
No. No. No.
And then you hear the voice.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, fuck me.
What you see in front of you is a large street sign that screen seems to be cracked across and no words are coming up.
Okay.
The wheels seem to be rusty. Yep.
Okay then.
Oh, I'm going to banish you to another dimension.
Hey, Marco, roll a Constitution saving throw, please.
What if he wants to be banished?
I don't. I prefer not to be. You said Constitution?
Yeah.
Fucking 18.
18? Oh, fuck me. God damn, why are you so good at this? Marco, yeah, as you punch this street sign, you can hear a crack in your hand, and then there's just a shudder through your body. As briefly you can see the ethereal plane just flicker. Ethereal plane flicker into existence, but you're still where you stand.
Hey, Boneless, what are you doing?
The bones are in right now.
Fucking Christ. I'm gonna fucking shoot him with a ray gun.
Ray gun? Yeah.
Yeah, shoot him with that ray gun. Sorry, I'm on Home Improvement. That is a 16.
16? You shoot this ray gun right at this street sign, and you can just see like the lights flicker on a little bit, and then as they flicker off, a model just flickers in, and it drops to the ground.
Fuck. All right, so if the model's down, it's now a model, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to quickly run over it before anything happens. Inspect it real quick.
Okay.
Is there a crystal in there?
Not a crystal per se, but you've seen this before where where the crystal inlay would be, there seems to be a device or a holder there that you've seen on other arcane models inside the mothership.
Okay.
It's kind of like a central link system to a degree.
Okay.
That you can only presume Herald's used before.
Okay. Okay. I try to rip that thing off or something.
Roll me a strength.
Fuck.
10.
10. Yeah, no, that shit's like welded in there.
Fuck me. Okay.
As you're like just really struggling to get it out, like it feels greasy for a minute. It flickers out of existence, and it seems like you're wrestling with some blonde hair now.
Okay.
And then you can feel it just like stand up and shoot straight up, and you kind of like knocks you to your butt. And then standing there seems to be a very ripped, oily Adonis.
Oh, fuck me.
He looks you straight in the eyes, but you notice he's wearing glasses.
Okay.
And he says,
What the heck?
Testicles, what are you doing?
Marco?
Testicles.
Marco?
Testicles.
Marco?
I'm not doing this anymore.
I'm sorry, I can't see very well anymore.
What's wrong?
I'm almost blind. That's why I have these spectacles.
Fuck off.
Fuck, that was good. Oh man.
I'm not high-fiving you. Hey, do you have any... While you're here and not fighting me, do you have any health you could give me, please?
Why were you on top of me?
There was reasons.
Well, I'd like to hear them.
Okay, well, we're on a spaceship in the middle of the galaxy. I think you remember the guy named Nero? Yeah, I'm on siding with him now because he's a cool guy. He's a cool cat. From
what I remember, he doesn't sound very cool.
Well,
Testicles, if you remember correctly, Nero, I think, would have made fun of you if he knew who you were.
Being mean is one thing, but calling me testicles is a whole other... It's a whole other can of Greek worms.
What are Greek worms?
It's pretty self-explanatory, is it not?
Just attack me already.
So yeah, I take out a great sword and swing it at him.
Okay. Roll a hit.
Let's see. It's a 13 plus...
4? 7? What's 13 plus 4? 17, right?
Yeah.
What does 17 do for you?
I got the shield, so now.
Fuck you and your fucking dumb shield.
Mike Dab.
Wait, is it Testicles or Spectacles now? So what is the name?
Oh, it's still testicles.
Still Testicles? Okay, cool.
With spectacles.
Spectacles.
Featuring.
This is the abomination of you?
Well, my eyes are all...
Testically just swings at you, kind of like a person trying to find an object in the pitch black, and just like swings and biffs as it just kind of shoots off your shield.
Wait, question.
Yeah.
Can the wings that I had, can I do that as a bonus action?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to do that. I'm going to zoom up into the air.
Okay.
After I miss.
Okay, that's fine. Zoom up in the air, motherfucker.
Arcane model falls on the ground and hits the floor.
Testicles just grows these beautiful angelic wings, kind of similar to like Nero, but not as bright.
Mm-hmm.
And he just takes off into the sky, probably like 20 feet in the air.
Yeah. Take that as a no on the health.
Obviously.
Okay, well, pulls out a longbow and shoots it.
Roll to hit.
I don't got time for this. That's a 15 plus. Yeah, plus a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I don't have a longbow anymore. No, I do. Never mind. Yeah, 21.
21? Yeah, that totally hits. Testicles. You can feel just an arrow kind of puncture. I believe your right testicle.
That's a bad one to get hit in.
And then you just kind of wake up on a hay bale in the middle of a field. Marco, roll a dex save.
Don't use that dice.
5.
5? The arcane model just comes crashing down on you at terminal velocity.
Fuck me. Did I take damage from that?
Take... 8 more damage.
8 more damage?
Jesus.
Fucking heavy.
Leaf. Tiger Leaf.
Mm-hmm.
Paw in front of paw as you run out of the apartments. You hear a loud boom. And as you kind of turn left towards the boom, you see a severed or split in half Nero. Abzael gets up, stands over him, says some shit you just can't hear, and then you hear what sounds like a robot arm smashing in a skull.
Fuck, okay. I mean, I continue sprinting towards Abzael. And if given the opportunity, I will kind of leap at him, and then mid-leap, turn back into Leaf, and swing the sword at him, the Soulwood sword at him.
Fuck me.
Okay.
Roll the hit.
Excuse me, Jonathan. That's my job. Roll a hit.
Holy 27.
What the fuck is Christ? What kind of pluses do you have in a soul sword?
It's fine, dude.
Yeah, that hits.
Abzael, with faint ringing still in your ears, you said some cool shit over Nero's severed regenerating body, and then you launched your arm into his face, and you just saw his skull kind of cave in. And then it just feels like you get fucking whacked in the face with a branch. And like that branch had a lot of like thorns and vines on it as your entire body just starts to get tangled up in vines and restricted. You're now entangled. What would you like to do?
Cast Blight on the vines.
I was gonna say, should I roll damage?
Oh yeah, roll damage.
Okay. Sorry, bud. Okay. 9 damage.
Abzael.
I cast Blight on the vines and kill them.
Blight. Momentarily, you're entangled, but then you make them wither away. You are now standing face to face with Leaf. What else would you like to do?
I'm going to reach out and try to banish him. So he has to roll a Constitution saving throw.
All right. Let's see what I got. Fuck my penis. Okay. 9?
Nope.
So what happens?
Okay. Abzael, you reach out and touch Leaf right on the chest, and he just gone from this plane of existence. Now you're left into a crater of ash and rubble with a very bright, glowing corpse. Leaf, you were standing in front of Abzael, and then he just touched you. And then he went like a wispy white. You're now standing in the ethereal plane. Everything around you is a wispy white form of itself, except for the body of Nero. What's standing there is the fully intact Nero. He's just kind of laying there with some serious wounds across his chest. But off in the distance, you can see what seems to be a long purple string attached to what seems to be an arcane model. Nero kind of sits up in this ethereal plane. Unlike everything else, he is solid. He kind of looks you in the eyes and says, Leaf, was it?
I nod.
I don't think I've ever been this damaged before, so I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but if I can't control that demon, I'm gonna need you to kill him. And he kind of reaches out from behind him and pulls out what seems to be a shimmery silver dagger. Kinda exactly the same one that Abzael held back on the Dragon Planet. Marco, you're on your back with once again a model on top of you. It's
heavy and hurt me a lot.
It's heavy, but then it like starts to vibrate.
Fuck me, not again.
And then it's no longer cold and metal, but you can feel a lot of hair just in your face.
Hair.
And then just kind of like in your ear, you hear a whisper.
Fuck, I push Greg off.
Abzael, my old friend. You notice this Greg is old and withered. His beard is slightly grayish, and his stainless steel cup is all rusty. Time got to me.
Greg, what? Greg, are you okay?
I'm an old man. I want to die.
Well, I mean, I don't necessarily want to just kill an old man, but
My old friend.
I'm also not Abzael. You said Abzael, Marco.
Oh, well, your name's not important.
Okay.
A friendship.
Friendship?
Oh, friendship.
Remember when you found out about your dad and I was there?
Who?
That was really funny.
What?
Fuck.
What?
When you found out that your dad abandoned you and you found his body and that he amounted to nothing, I thought that was pretty hilarious.
What are you? What are you?
Marco, your head starts to throb a lot.
What are you talking about, old man?
I'm talking about the last time I saw you all those years ago.
No.
Your head just intensifies in the throbbing. Now it feels like a conga line is just going off in the back of your brain.
Do you want an aspirin?
Do you hand me aspirin?
Roll 10 for aspirin.
I slapped that aspirin out of his hand.
Yeah, slapping the aspirin.
Leave it aspirin of aspirin.
Oh, you dig.
You remember when he could have been on the show? He would have been anyway. He would have been something, but then we got Justin
We can
instead.
talk about that later.
Yeah, it's later episodes.
Right. Yeah, so I slapped that aspirin out of his hand.
Yeah. Okay. He just slapped some aspirin out of your hand.
Oh, fuck you too.
Fuck you. You have no idea what you're talking about. You piece of shit old man.
Why are you so mean? We were friends for so many years.
I knew you for like an hour. I barely met you.
But I was so helpful.
Well, you're being useless now.
Well, what can I do? What's going on?
I really just don't want to attack Greg. But with the throbbingness in my head, I'm gonna fucking, I don't know, push him. I don't know, push him?
Roll to push?
Roll to push, yeah, sure, why not? Nope. That's
He's old, you get
strength
advantage.
damage, right? Okay. Whoops.
Stop using the red one.
Yeah, I push him. 19 plus 8.
Craig, Marco just pushes you to the ground like a fucking youth asshole.
And I'm fucking like, my head, like,
and it's holding his
skull hurts so badly. Not even my brain, my skull.
I'm on the ground now.
Narrating his own life.
He's senile. What do you expect?
Greg, you can do whatever you want, but if you want to just like cast some spell at him, I know you don't have your spell list, but I'm sure you have some form of something. Just think of it. I'm sure you can have it.
Magic missile.
Turn around.
The only one I remember from childhood.
I turn around. What?
Yeah, Greg, hold on. Here's some dice.
Magic missile.
It's not even that good.
But it definitely hits.
What level do you think you'd be casting this at?
I'm an old man.
3 or 4 missiles, do you think? Or 5, actually. You're pretty old.
It's a 4. It's another 4.
It's another 4.
It's another 4. And it's a 2. And a 1.
That's 15.
15 hit points.
That's 22 minus 15.
Jesus.
Fuck you, little boy.
What is 22 minus 15? That's
7.
7. That's 7 left.
Single digits.
Yes. So I get.
How does it? You know how it feels now to be near death.
Greg, as Greg's like laughing at your terrible way, you can see like a wind out of nowhere starts to pick up, and his beard starts to just like disappear as if dust in the wind.
Oh, Kansas.
And like a time lapse of a rock being eroded away by time.
Not time again.
It just kind of sweeps away Greg. And as this dust cloud kind of rolls 5 feet away, Arcane Model reappears.
Ravens for life. Get out, haters.
Abzael!
Yes.
Abzael, you just banished Leaf. What would you
Yes.
like to do?
I'm gonna start walking towards. He's in C.
He's in C. He's like 100 feet away.
I'm gonna start walking towards C.
You start walking towards C. You can see off in the distance.
I'm like looking back every so often now.
Yeah. Cool. You get about 80 feet away, and then you can see what seems to be a dust cloud just kind of.
I have a question.
Yes.
So, Nero's now like this white mist.
Mm-hmm.
What is the Eternal Dragon saying, if anything?
Yeah, is he saying anything to me?
Oh, to you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Great question.
Thank you, Ryan.
As you walk away from the body of the Nero, still in the back of your head, you can hear just the whispering of this eternal dragon. Kill him. Kill him.
I'm gonna like stop and turn around. Do I see anything? Do I see Leaf back?
Yeah, you stop and just kind of turn around to this pile. You then see Leaf just kind of pop back in, standing where he was with his back to you. He looks to his left, to his right, like he's real confused, and then turns around and sees you. I think it's fair to say he steps over the pile of white dust or whatever Nero's left.
Oh, I had something to do when he popped back in.
Yeah, what?
When I see him pop back in, I'm gonna cast something.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Fireball at level 6 on them.
Okay. Okay.
Can I
I'm doing it right as you blink in.
Okay. I was gonna say, do I have any time to react?
I can say, here's what's happening.
Can I do a bonus action?
In real time, you got pushed into the hero plane. You could see his wispy essence walk away, and then you blinked back in.
Okay.
And I think as soon as you kind of blink back in, you hear just a roaring fire.
Gotcha.
Roll a, what is it, Constitution save or Dex save?
Let me see what it
I
is.
believe it's Dex because it thinks you're gonna roll out of the way.
Makes a Dex saving throw.
Dex saving throw? Okay.
Yes.
Keep in mind, like, surrounding everyone is just like these piles of like ash from all the people.
Yeah. Donovan, roll me a, it's Dex, right?
Yeah, it's Dex.
Roll me a Dex saving throw with disadvantage.
19.
Ooh.
10. So that is in total 14.
Ooh,
14?
15.
15? Cool. Abzael, as you see Leaf just kind of blink back in, you let go of Fireball in his vicinity, and he just disappears in flames.
Should I roll damage?
Yeah, roll damage. Do it all at the same time in that tower and see how they fly out.
So you're gonna take 42 damage.
Yeah.
So you let go of this Fireball in his vicinity, he just disappears in this flame. And it's pretty bright, but then it just like increases in size even more than you've done before. And then it just kind of goes out with the exception of what seems to be a burning body. And then this burning body starts walking towards you. And it's walking towards you. Leaf, what would you like to do?
I'm going to move up to Abzael.
Yeah.
And as this essentially fire body, reach out and touch him.
Okay.
Aggressively, just to specify that. Does a 17 hit?
Yes. What are you hitting me with?
Some fire damage here. 11 damage.
So I'll take 6.
From that hit, okay. And then I get 2 attacks. 17 again.
Yes, it hits.
You take another 8, so
4.
And then, so since I'm right up next to you, you're also going to take another 1d10. 8.
So I take 4.
Yeah. And
So what's everyone's hit points? Let's go around the table. Don, what's your hit points at right now?
116 plus 102.
Okay, Jonathan, what's your hit points at?
32.
Cool. Ryan?
7.
That's real low. Marco?
I feel like there's still that sort of that
This throbbing in your skull.
in my skull. Yeah. Yeah. There's this weird throbbing in my skull. I don't know what the cause of it. I know what the cause of it is, but I'm not like what it's about. I pull down the purple handkerchief and look at the crescent moon.
It's like if you've ever had a tattoo before, and it's a fresh tattoo, and it feels like it's burning hot.
Ow. I don't know. I just put the handkerchief back on it and just fucking prepare.
I think it's fair to say at this point you hear just a very loud.
Great
I look up.
You look up and you see Abzael pointing his staff at what seems to be a fire person walking towards him now.
Jesus Christ.
There's no Nero in sight.
Yeah. I look back at the arcane model.
It's on the ground.
It's on the ground, still not transforming. Okay. I begin to get up and grab the arcane model.
Okay. Bold.
And book it towards the two of them.
Okay. Abzael, this fire person just fucked you up.
Yeah, I know.
It should be said that I am not leaf on fire. I am completely made of fire.
Wait, what?
I guess I'll disengage and continue running towards C block. I guess basically towards Marco.
Okay. You turn around and start running towards Marco, then you see Marco running towards you.
I kind of stop halfway and like look back and forth, like at Leaf and then at Marco, and then at Leaf and then at Marco, and then I kind of cut back to get away from both of them.
Okay. Now it's like, I'm assuming, some form of triangle.
Yeah, it's like a triangle now.
At this point, I turned back into normal Leaf. And you see I'm brandishing the Soulwood sword in my right hand and the dragon scale dagger in my left.
Marco?
I fucking throw the arcane model down onto this, like the center of our triangle thing, and pull out harpoon gun, ray gun, and point at either of them. Mexican standoff.
Fuck, this is good.
until the arcane model gets back online.
Let's sit in this moment for a little bit.
I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna take out my thunderbow and point it towards Leaf, and take out point my staff towards Marco.
Marco is the worst you've ever seen me. I look bloodied as hell. My hair is so bad.
So razzled, you know?
Yeah.
Razzle-dazzle?
Razzle-dazzle.
And just like bags under my eyes. I look terrible.
I'm like kind of terrible, but like not as bad as you.
Mm-hmm. This is probably the first time, like, I don't know, in a long time where it's been this.
Where we've both been this bad.
All three of us. Just
he's
fine.
He's fine over there.
He's clean.
I'm looking fresh. If anything, I'm just looking angry.
I feel like there's just like that moment.
Yeah.
It is like a Mexican standoff for a moment. It's just like, what the.
Well, the thing is, do you have anything to point at us? Like.
Also, who are you? You're just pointing at Abzael, right? Are you pointing at Marco?
Marco's pointing at you.
No, I'm not pointing at Marco.
Ooh, bold.
Stuck at the ray gun pointing at you.
That's fine. No, I'm standing. I have both weapons down by my side, but I'm facing Abzael.
Okay. What the fuck are we doing?
You see Abzael like kind of like stare down, and all he's muttering to himself is, "I have to kill him. I have to kill him. I have to kill him. I have to kill him."
Abzael.
He's still just muttering to himself, "I have to kill him. I have to kill him. I have to kill him. I have to kill him."
I break the triangle and slowly start walking towards Abzael.
Ray gun still drawn.
I also have a question. Do I know exactly what the dragon scale dagger does?
From what you know, you stab a dragon with it, they die and get absorbed into it.
Do I know what happens after they get absorbed into it?
Nope.
Okay.
You've seen something absorb something before,
Yeah.
but that may not be the same thing.
Are you pulling that puppy out?
It was already out. They're both out. I'm basically dual wielding.
Are you walking towards Abzael with that thing?
Yeah, not pointed at him, but yes.
You're gonna start walking. I'm gonna be like, hey, Leaf.
I stop. And my head turns towards you.
As Marco, you try to grab Leaf's attention, Abzael looks up at the both of you. You can just see blood starts pooling in his eyes and starts crying blood effectively, and then blood from his nose, and then blood from his ears.
I have to kill him. I have to kill him. I have to kill him. And he turns his staff away from Marco and points both of them at Leaf.
Is Abzael still wearing dragon scale?
He is currently wearing dragon scale gloves and the staff.
The staff is impaled into his sister.
No, it's a spear.
It's the
Sorry,
it's the spear.
Oh, yeah, the normal staff.
Yeah, I had a staff. Yeah.
Staff.
And staff and gloves.
Staff and gloves.
Staff and
yeah.
gloves.
And that's it?
Yep.
Marco turns to Leaf. I don't want to do this.
The harpoon goes off and finds its target right in Abzael's right shoulder. Abzael, you just can't feel that arm for a bit. It's like he deadmanned it, but with a harpoon gun. Then what happens next is not really a great sight. But Marco closes the distance. And probably with one fell swoop, Marco severs your hand from your body, and this distant whispers vanish instantly, and your vision does start to come back, and the blood that was pooling out of your eyes and nose clears up. And then you just hit the ground. Darkness. And it's like you're just sitting in a... It's just like you're laying in a pool face up, just drifting. And then in front of you, from this darkness, rises up a being of pure white light. Wings angelic, just like the one you've seen on Nero. It approaches you, puts its hand on your chest, and then you come to consciousness in the pool of your own blood. Abzael, as you come to in a pool of your own blood, the first thing you hear what seems to be a sick, nasty power chord shredded on an electric guitar, and a thunderous wave just kind of shakes everyone. Marco and Leaf, behind you to where this arcane model was, now stands a small halfling woman with her eyeballs dangling from her sockets and her vocal cords ripped out of her throat.
Fucking hell.
Jesus.
I guess they really can't talk, can they, huh?
Way to go, Kane. Way to go, Kane.
It wasn't my idea. Yeah, and then just like a really creepy, sad melody starts to be played on this electric guitar.
Guess who's back?
What a terrible moment to come in.
Yeah.
Just take it from my perspective, maybe. As when Marco did everything Marco did, and my eyes just kind of followed. Just witnessed the whole thing. I didn't move. I think I was like frozen again. And then we hear this. What was it? An electric guitar?
It's a power chord.
Power riff.
Strummed.
Okay. Yeah, I snap around. It snaps me out of it, and I saw Herring earlier, right? All fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you see a Rob Zombie-esque Serafina.
Fuck me. I think I just look at Seraphina and then look down towards the soul sword and the dagger and look back up at Seraphina. Marco?
There's no response.
I think after there's no response, I would look over my shoulder.
I think you see Marco crestfallen on his knees crying.
Crestfallen?
That's a word.
It's really, really sad.
Upon seeing that, I think I look back at Seraphina and then start walking backwards towards Marco and Abzael.
Seraphina, what you don't see in front of you is I don't want to say unconscious, but a very wounded Abzael, missing both his arms except one's a metal arm, so he still has that one.
Missing a hand, not
A
the
hand,
whole arm.
my bad. Ooh. Marco crying or just in a sad pose crescent roll thing?
Just on my knees, just
on his knees.
Like what the fuck?
Yeah. And a confused Leaf. What would you like to do?
Would it be appropriate to walk into the middle of everything and cast Thunderwave?
Very.
Okay. I would love to do that at a 3rd level spell.
Okay. Yeah.
That was Seraphina's signature move in her past life.
So Seraphina just kind of walks as middle as she can between all of you and just starts playing this really terrible, creepy sound. What do they have to roll for Thunderwave?
It is a, I believe, con saving throw.
Okay. Everyone roll me a Constitution saving.
Oh, thank the Lord.
Huh. Interesting.
24.
Oh.
Good shit. Is that half damage or no damage?
It's half.
I'm still fucked.
That's like half, right?
Yeah.
That's 20.
Yeah.
I got 6. I'll take it all.
Okay, what's the damage?
As a 3rd level spell, we have 4d8.
It's been a good
Hey, she can only do 4 damage at minimum.
That's 9. That's another 7, so 15.
She got 16. She got 16.
So I take 16. So I'm at a clean 100.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh, jeez.
I take 8, so I'm at a clean 2.
Marco?
I think Marco looks at Leaf one last time. And he goes down.